Just walking in the house in my room, gotta make her put it on. She don't like wearing clothes, just left Concord, North Carolina. I was licking on booty and a whole lot of vagina. Eat a boozer with some ice cream, she'll remember you. Ice Cube making chips, shiver like the winter do.
See me with the crew, I better get some food. I see you looking like you do. Had to make a move, make a move.
What up, y'all? Slade Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador, aka the hardest working YouTuber on YouTube, man. Peep the stats. I'm almost at 1,000 videos, man. I know some dudes, they come in, they click right from the jump crazy, you feel me? I work hard to get here, man. Mr. 2 million plus views total, man. This is what I do, you know what I'm saying? Here to bring you some more entertainment with some medicine at the end. Now, for this story right here, shout out to my dudes that's repping the Bloods, but y'all kind of taking a loss this video, man. It is what it is, man. Just another day, another loss for somebody, man. This Rikers Island channel, well, this ain't a Rikers Island channel, but this channel right here is all about taking losses, learning from your mistakes, and overcoming adversity, man. And today, this particular blood pretty much took a loss. All the way took a loss. Now, okay, I was in 3 Main. 3 Main was ran by all Bloods, right? All Bloods, couple YG dudes, that's irrelevant. This particular blood right here, I don't remember his name, but what I do remember is he was an ugly light-skinned nigga and he looked like a caveman to me. When I used to joke around with him, you know, I used to like telling people they ugly, you know what I'm saying? Not because I'm judging a man by his looks, but as a straight man, you can admit when another man is handsome. You gonna say it to yourself. You're not gonna tell a man necessarily, because that's a little bit shaky. But when somebody ugly, it's funny to call somebody ugly who's ugly, right? So we used to joke around and shit. I used to be like, yo man, you ugly. You ugly. Every time you get a visit, it's never a girl. This is why you so mean. You know, just joking. This is somebody who, you know, I was cool with, got to know. Definitely from Brooklyn, right? But anyways, if you're watching my videos, you remember where I speak about the games dudes play. The oppressive games dudes play and that they did against the day room dummies. You feel me? By day room dummy, I mean the dudes that was with the program. And what the program is that you get extorted. You don't get Frosted Flakes when it's breakfast time. You gotta send your Frosted Flakes back. You don't eat muffins. You getting extorted for commissary. You are forced to wash people's drawers, depending on who you are. You are forced to clean, even when it's either not your time to clean or you not supposed to clean, right? Like the CO tells somebody to clean up something, and then that person will come tell you. You feel me? That's what this is about. That's what it's about. So those guys, so you know, they would play the games with them. The day room dummies would have to involve themselves in games that they don't want to involve themselves in, such as the Beyonce booty dance, such as the fight nights, such as you know, growing up, it's them games where somebody back of their neck might be open and you smack the back of their neck, you know, things like that. If the people who run the crib turn the TV off, they not allowed to talk, or they get slapped, or they get beat up, or worse, you know what I'm saying? Just dudes like that, just humiliation pranks. I would say hazing. You could call it hazing. Hazing, you know what I'm saying? Like, they would be hazed. I'm stopping right here because I'm about to buy some food. My spot right here. But you know what I mean? Like one of these games, which I spoke about before, is either like the open ribs, where the dudes that's with it, their room niggas, you know, if they ribs is open, maybe they're playing spades or something, one of us might come up from behind them, right? Crack them in the ribs. Crack them in the ribs real hard, you know what I'm saying? Just training them to guard their reflexes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or this one game, which was a deadly game that I only did once or twice, and that's the chokeout game. The chokeout game, I tried once or twice, never really managed to put nobody to sleep, because in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't want to overdo it. and kill somebody. You feel me? I don't want to overdo it and kill somebody and spend the rest of my life in jail when I'm only locked up for a robbery. The max they could give me is 3 years, you feel me? So it's one of these random typical days in Rikers Island. Dudes is in the day room. Some dudes watching TV, some dudes listening to the radio. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes might be slap boxing. Some dudes is playing spades, right? Now, the day room dummies, they sitting in the back on that iron horse, otherwise known as the dick, you feel me? And the caveman, that's the name I'm gonna give him, the caveman, he walks up from behind this, not short and skinny, you can say average height, skinny, dark-skinned dude, right? Skinny, dark-skinned dude, I don't remember where he was from. He was not in the house for very long at all. He might have only been in the house for a couple days, up until a week. But he already came, he submitted. It's his first time on the island. He didn't really know, but he submitted. He said he with the program, right? But anyways, he's sitting in the back, he minding his own business, and the caveman blood, right, comes from behind this dude, starts choking him out, right? So I watch it as it's happening. And the dude gets choked out, right? He feeding him out. You could just see the shock on the dude's face while he getting choked out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm literally like, he kind of like directly made eye contact with me. And I'm just looking, I'm like, what I'm getting involved for? It ain't got nothing to do with me. Feel me? This is gladiator school. You got to be a gladiator or you going to be fooled. You know what I'm saying? So he choking him out. First he like, stop, right? So he choking him out and then he just breaking him down. And when I say breaking him down, I mean he holding him by his neck and he bringing him to the floor. And caveman blood, he like, go to sleep, nigga. Go to sleep, you'll be all right. So eventually he stopped resisting and he lays out and now he's sleeping. So while he's sleeping, he not waking up. Dudes is like slapping him. They're like, yo, I'm like, yo, I think you about to kill this nigga, right? Everybody else in the house, the other dudes that's on the team and all of that, they're like, yo, man, what's going on with you? Like, you always overdoing it. Blase blah. They're like, nah, he ain't dead. And then I'm like, I'm gonna save his life right now. By the way, I personally feel like I saved this dude's life and I saved 2-3 more dudes like life. And one of these situations, it was at my detriment. I ended up getting jumped for that. That's a story for the future, but I fill up an empty Sprite bottle, 2-liter bottle, I fill it up with water, I come bring it back. By the time I get back to the day room, they shaking the dude trying to wake him up. Mind you, the COs is just in the booth, running their mouth, not concerned with nothing. Of course, nobody going to get them because we trying to work it out first. I come with the bottle. I spray the bottle in his face. He started like moving his eyes a little bit. I squirt some up his nose. He jumps up, he wakes up. In the middle of this, he done already pissed on himself, right? He pissed on himself. Like, it was crazy. Like, he peed on himself while he was asleep. Right? So he wakes up. Caveman blood is like, oh, yes. Good. Hey, yo, man, you pissed on yourself, nigga. Go ahead and change your pants, dirty. And the rest of the dudes is just laughing at him. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna separate myself from them this time. I was laughing too, but at the same time, I felt like I saved Buddy's life. I saved his life. He holds it down, right? He stays in his cell for the rest of the day. Mind you, this was early afternoon. So he stayed in his cell the rest of the day. People was asking him how he was doing. I went to his cell, asked him how he doing. He was like, I'm good. Don't worry about me. Some light. I'm like, hey, man, you know this ain't gonna stop. Right? You gonna have to, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I ain't really tell him to do nothing. You know, I wasn't like the boss of him or nothing. But I used to tell day room dummies all the time. I'm like, yo, listen, this not gonna stop unless you make it stop. You feel me? Told him all the time. And mind you, I wasn't the only person doing that. Dudes who ran the crib would be like, yo, listen, you don't want to be with it. You don't want to be a day room dummy. Let me know you could get your weight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't like, I wasn't like a good Samaritan or nothing. I was just keeping it a stack with him. So now, the next day happens. We get different COs, right? These COs is not with it, meaning that these COs is not COs that's going to let people fight, especially where one of them is a woman, right? This woman CO, anything happens, she pressing that PBA immediately, right? So look, the slim, dark-skinned day room dummy whose name I forgot. It's early in the morning. We about to go to school. The day room dummy comes out while they making the count, making sure everybody about to leave. Day room dummy steps right next to Caveman Blood, right? Cocks back, all the way back from Africa. He cocked back all the way from Timbuktu, right? Went around from behind, caught Caveman Blood, rocked him, cracked him. Boom! Hit him. Dropped them immediately. The rest of the Blood jumped them. They spanked them. This had nothing to do with me. I'm not Blood. You know what I'm saying? Plus, hey, man, I enjoyed watching the bullies. I enjoyed watching day room dummies take revenge out on bullies. You know what I'm saying? Day room dummies took revenge out on me before. But it ain't happened to me so brutally or that many times because either I was waiting for it and I stopped it before it happened, or it just wasn't that bad because I don't seriously violate. But like I said, day room dummy crashed him, dropped him, knocked him out. He was sitting up holding his jaw. Eventually he got up to jump in with his Bloods, jumped him. The turtles came. Nobody plays with the turtles. Everybody gets on their knees, elbows to the wall. They packed this dude up. This dude ends up being one of the toughest niggas in Rikers Island. I think after that crib, he was never with it again, and he turned YG. He ended up being one of the toughest niggas on the island, and went up north and was one of the toughest niggas. Facts. So this is just one of those stories where the weak dude becomes strong, and he got his weight up. Like, shit, come subscribe. Peace.